We are exposed to so many chemicals from conception on. You know, even our parents, the chemicals that they were exposed to has affected their DNA that we are, then inheriting. And those chemicals have changed everything in our body. So think about maybe where you grew up. I had a client a long time ago that her dad was part of the construction crew for, making highways. Well, she actually played in the asphalt piles around the road when she was really little. And yes, this was a long time ago. But much later, when she was in a cleansing bath, there was just black rings of yuck around the top of the bathtub of stuff that had come out of her, all that tar and all those chemicals that are in asphalt. We don't think about where we grew up and how the environment there, the chemicals and all the things that we didn't even think about growing up, have impacted our body. But all of those chemicals over time, okay, we were exposed to this when we're 2, and this when we're 4, and this when we're 10. All these things just keep adding up. So, everybody says, well, my body fell apart at 40. Yeah, it's because you've got 40 years of experience, of injuries, of exposures to everything in the world that your body has accumulated. And after a while, it just says, I've had it, I can't handle it. So one of the things our laser does is it helps you detox from all the chemicals that you've been exposed to over time. And we have new, supplements that help that detox process. A lot of times people go, oh, I'm doing a detox and I feel like I have the flu, or my body hurts more, or my lymph nodes are swollen because I'm doing this detox. With our supplements, your body, as it's releasing those toxins, the toxins glom onto the minerals and things in these supplements to get carried out of the body in your elimination system, so they're not just roaming around in there being reabsorbed or making you sick in the process. So start going back in your lifetime and thinking about, where did I grow up? What was I exposed to? When I was growing up, part of my time was down in outside of Merced, and I went barefooted 90% of the time. Well, in that part of the area, there's a lot of pesticides that was used, and we don't think about what we're walking on when we're going barefoot. So whatever touches your skin goes into your body. So if you're walking on dirt that's full of pesticides, those pesticides are going into your body. If, I'm of the Vietnam era, and I think about all the guys that were in Vietnam and exposed to Agent Orange. They didn't have to have direct sprays for that stuff to come into their body. And that's why they're now actually acknowledging that it doesn't matter where you were in Vietnam, you were exposed to Agent Orange. So that, is another thing that affected the people of that era. And because it affected them and it went into their body, that affected the DNA that their kids inherited and their grandkids inherited. So it's not just what you were exposed to, it's what your parents and grandparents were exposed to. So as our lasers help you detox, you all of a sudden find yourself feeling better. It can be things that you're exposed to, or it can be generations back. And we don't think about how all that affects us long term. How can you help yourself detox is sometimes another answer. Epsom salt baths is one way. Activated charcoal is one way. There's many ways to detox, but you need to do it slowly and safely so that your body doesn't get overwhelmed and sick and cause bigger problems.